Hi everyone, my name is Christina McKinnon. I am an ordained minister, Reiki master, and holistic practitioner, and I am setting up a new technology. It's crystal grid technology, and it is also an intentional shared community based on 0 point sacred space that's been established through an actual crystal grid. That technology is then going to be set up as our core basis for having, basically there's going to be the primary grid, and from that point there is a ton of intentions that have been established, and special protocols to keep this grid going, keep it safe, and to make everything available that we put into that out to all the different people, then the recipients in the community that join in the crystal technology grid. Some of the key things that I wanted to share with you about the grid: it is an intentional grid, as opposed to everyone doing their individual work. This is set up to help unite the modalities. There's so many healing modalities out there, and some of which work together, some don't. This allows everybody to continue to do their own path, but also to then unite their efforts for sharing their healing across all of those people in the community within the grid. So this is a new way of actually uniting the modalities and sharing in those healing efforts. The intentions that are set up in the primary grid there is a lot. We'll get into those more in other videos, so that you can understand some of the protocols that have been set to protect the individuals and to ensure that there's no backwards engineering of the grid. The recipient grids can then receive all of those programs, and then they can add their own as the individuals at those locations. So one of the best parts of the grid really is the fact that it creates a sacred space, but it's also set up to prevent outside interferences, whether that be entity, frequency, external emotions. A lot of people that have a lot of issues with empathy, feeling overwhelmed by other people's emotions, this is definitely the way to go. It's going to assist with preventing a lot of that, so that you can be functioning in a safe, insulated place. It can affect like remote testing and remote assistance from those, I guess, outside of the grid. So, but that can easily be resolved by saying that you allow those things to come through for you. Otherwise, when we've tested it, it has successfully prevented people that have a tendency to drain our energy. It will prevent that, and it will also keep us from getting affected by some of those external forces that can throw off our healing work and make it harder for us to succeed and stabilize. So this is a very stabilizing type of space to be working from, and then that intentional desire to collaborate as a community and share in our healing efforts makes it just that more powerful. So some of the things that we've put into the grid, there are protocols. Mostly I want to identify some of the protocols, one of which is a higher self protocol, and by higher self I mean the component of us that has all the information, instead of the one that's here kind of getting through our day. So those handshakes, what they do is anything that has been programmed into the grid, the higher self will be aware of and may have access to. Some protocols will be known to the user so that they can activate those at a more of a conscious level, including being able to set frequencies on command. So if you wanted to drop into theta or alpha or delta, and we go into those a little bit later, you can do those on a command. The grid's also, you can turn the grid on and off on command as well. So there's a lot of different programs. There's when I say programs, I mean these are programs that have been put there to help us to have more success in the areas that we're working on. For these, there's been a lot of additional things added, like quantum healing. There's clearing and quantum clearing and cleansing. There's energy body clearing, chakra balancing, brain hemisphere balancing programs. There are, for those that want to expand their psychic awareness, those are also there. Protocols have been put in place to ensure that anything that we bring in is done so in a safe way, is integrated in a way that it won't uproot and harm us in our day-to-day abilities to function. Also, any healing that people receive, it's going to be very gently tapered. Any and all benefits are gently transitioned, and there will be no healing crises from working within this grid. That programming has been very carefully drafted through the intention work. Trauma clearing, anyone that's working with trauma clearing, anyone that's working to kind of remove and clear out old energy, the energy is then been programmed to kind of purge and transform so that it ends up becoming more of a fuel for the grid, so it gets transformed into something that is then positive. And so all the work, the intention is that all the work that the people do within the grid is then transformed into something healthy that then fuels the grid. So that's one of the programs. There's a lot of programs in there for healing, cellular regenerations. There are sovereignty declarations, which I would recommend people do that on their own as well. But those are there. What I mean by that is it's things to be able to bring back our power so that we can get kind of remove ourselves from being programmed. So it's kind of a deprogramming type protocol to help us be more successful and be less affected by some of the less healthy programming that may have affected us. Again, all of these things go through the higher self. Nothing will ever be taking away the sovereignty of the individual. In fact, the entire grid was set up to honor the sovereignty of the individual and to give them the best possible process so that they can be successful. There are a lot of programs to help with activating the heart and helping the body to stabilize and detoxification, the energy bodies and also the physical body in the safest possible way. There's all these programs are there to help us to be successful when we're doing our own work. So they're there as intentions that have been set to help us to be successful. So the grid's job is to give us a foundation and a safe place to work, and then to provide a connection into a community to make that work more successful. The user's job is to do their work, put in a little time each day to self-improvement and growth, and to be setting their own intentions for their own healing and growth and self-expansion, and then to be intentional about sharing those benefits back into the grid as much as possible. So again, the program is not backwards engineerable from the recipient grids, but it's designed to basically be a foundation for them. Additionally, I want to explain that there are 3 ways of becoming part of the grid program. One of which I call it a capstone. It's crystal. You can wear it, you can hang it in your home, you can put it in your car, you can just keep it on your person, and it's the radius you can set intentionally how big you want the radius to be. Anybody that goes walking through your grid should not be harmed or affected. They may be able to pick up some benefits if their higher self decides to. I have seen that happen. But again, it will not be affecting the individual sovereignty because it will handshake protocol with their higher self. So if they see a benefit in something within the grid that they're passing through, they'll be able to use that, which is kind of nice. for friends and family. So there's that crystal that you can use. There's the live grid, so you can get the program for, you would be getting the capstone and the instructions for setting up a live grid at your home. For those that want to have the stones sent to them, we can arrange that separately, but we'll need to be contacted, and we'll have to figure that out separately. The last one is the attunement. The attunement is to the piezoelectric crystals in the pineal gland, and personally I really like that because I'm a walking grid and I can turn it on and off when I want, and it's very stabilizing. It seems to alkaline my body and brought me into a really beautiful, calm, heart-centered state. And it's also really great because I can, similar to doing Reiki energy work, but instead using this energy in lieu of that, I can make some pretty amazing water. It's sweet and oily and energetic and thick, and it alkalines the water. We've tested that, and what's really great is it's almost like coffee. It gives you a huge boost. So very fun, very cool, experimenting with that energy. Anyway, so I just wanted to share this new technology with people. I'm really excited. I do believe this helps to kind of unite the modalities through our intention, and I think that the power of intention is everything, and the power of compassion also is everything. And I feel that by bringing these two things together, we become quite an amazing force in the world. So I'm really excited to bring this to everybody, and I look forward to getting this technology out to everyone. I will be working as quickly as I can, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to contact me. I will have more and more videos up, and that way people can get some more information about this. I'm also doing a program called Grid Talk. I make the most use of my time, so I will be explaining things. I do it usually during my commute hour, so the sound might be a little noisy, but the information is it's quite detailed. I'm able to give a lot more information and kind of follow up on the experiences that I've had for the day, and then post those up for people to hear. So I welcome you to come to my site. It's www.wayofthefrog, Reiki, that's REIKI.com, and you can contact me through the website, and I'll also put the link here at the bottom of the video. And I absolutely look forward to getting this out to everybody. This has been a dream of mine to make a big difference in the world, and I do believe that we can do that all together collaboratively. This is definitely a very simple way to do that. So I'm very excited, and I look forward to talking with any of you. Thanks.